Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we are going to talk Space Marines because of course we have the Warhammer 40k reveals coming at the Nova Open, and it's pretty likely we are going to see some Space Marines there. Now, in today's video, I'm going to talk 5 units we want to see updated for Space Marines, and this will be units in a broad term because there will be multiple units, I guess, that are currently in the range or may have recently been discontinued that we're going to talk about in this video that I think definitely deserves some updates to their current models. So with that said, let's get cracking on. If you've got your own ideas on what models you'd like to see updated for the Space Marines to, I guess, a Primaris version of them, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below as well. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, number one of these is the Terminator Assault Squad. Now, obviously, we've seen the Terminator Squad, the regular sort of tactical Terminator Squad, updated in Leviathan, and I have no doubt we are going to see a brand new Terminator Squad revealed, but I'd love to see the Assault Terminators updated as well to fit the new size. And also, you know, seeing the other Terminator characters. Now, of course, I think Space Marines, this isn't all going to happen over the course of one book. I think some of these we'll definitely see come out over the course of other books as well. Because obviously we've got Space Marines of other varieties. You know, you could easily maybe see these in a Black Templars Codex update coming out as they sort of suit that style, or maybe with the Blood Angels, etc. But I think seeing Terminator Assault Squads updated as well, getting cool new looking Thunder Hammers and a cooler looking Storm Shield than what we have here with the big square one. New Lightning Claws. I think these guys just desperately need an update to really start to look the part. But of course, you know, a new Terminator Chaplain would be fun, a new Terminator model for all the different sort of characters we have access to, but even something like, you know, a Terminator Apothecary, a Terminator Standard Bearer, all that would be really fun to bring into the Force. Number 2 would be Assault Marines. Now, this would include, obviously, Vanguard veterans, and much like the Terminator option as well, some new jump pack characters. Now, of course, I think we're very likely to see these in the more Inceptor style version. Things like Suppressors, Inceptors, I think that's likely what we might see. It could be a mix of maybe the Gravis style armor that we see on the Inceptors, or, of course, the Phobos style armor we have with things like Suppressors. I don't really know where we'd go with it, but, you know, Assault Marines, Jump Pack Troops, I think this is just something that is really missing from the Primaris line of Space Marines. I think this is one of the major things that needs to be updated. We've obviously also seen Stern Guard in Leviathan, so seeing Vanguard veterans would be a really great thing to see come out. And I do think this is probably one of the more likely ones we are to see in the upcoming release for the Space Marines. It'd be really interesting to see how the kits look. Are we going to get very similar weapons? Are we going to have maybe, you know, Lightning Claw heavy squads, or something like Thunderhammer Storm Shield wielding Assault Marines, or dual wielding pistols for melee, or pistol and power weapons? Could be a really interesting look. Number 3, Scouts. Now, this is an interesting one because we obviously have seen Scout-type Marines in the Primaris Crusader Squad. And I don't know whether we actually will see Scouts as a full sort of thing, because this line of style armor, I guess, is been replaced, and the idea of what Scouts did has sort of been replaced by the Phobos pattern. How Primaris Marines work too, as they're sort of dedicated to a role rather than moving up through the ranks. They sort of, you know, have these set sort of squads they join. It's not quite as simple as, you know, Scouts become Devastators, become Assault Marines, become Tactical Marines, then move up to Thirst Company. It's not quite as simple as that anymore. So I wonder how they would fit this into the lore. But I would like to see, you know, a lighter armor Space Marine, whether it is just as type of unit and a new mark of armor we see, something similar to what we have in the Primaris Crusader squads. But, you know, sniper rifles would be really fun. Obviously, we've already sort of got those, though, in Eliminators. So I think it will be an interesting thing to sort of see where Scouts might fit in, if we are going to see any at all. Because we do know that both these unit types have been discontinued in the current sort of latest round of culling from the Space Marine Codex. Number 4, the Whirlwind or the Vindicator. Obviously, we've seen like Primaris transports, we've seen probably the Primaris equivalent of land speeders and indeed of Predators with the Impulsor and stuff like that. But for me, I think we are missing, those Space Marine auxiliary vehicles, things like Whirlwinds, Vindicators. I think these are heavily missing from the current range of Primaris, and I'd love to see, hover tanks that are artillery pieces, that are, line breakers like the Vindicators. I think these could look really, really amazing and actually give, some true sort of dedicated vehicles to a Primaris Space Marine force, rather than just, these sort of gun platforms that we have. These very specialized sort of vehicles could be really fun to add. I'm a big fan of Whirlwinds. They've always been one of my favorite vehicles in Warhammer 40k for the Space Marines for a long, long time, so I'd love to see a Primaris version with a giant rocket turret on its back. And lastly, number 5, the Droppod. Now, this one I don't expect, mainly because the image I've just pulled up here, we can see it, dropping off the Intercessors and the new Terminator Librarian, but I do think this could be something interesting. Of course, we're starting to see a lot of vehicles sort of go back to pre-Heresy versions, where we did have, some sort of grab vehicles and stuff like that existing in the 41st millennium, or rather in the 31st millennium. And I think Droppods, the one thing that can make them really interesting is going back to a design like the Charybdis, having these sort of small space vehicle style ones, these ones that can, actually fly back up to their ships, could be a really interesting way to sort of update the Droppod model, which definitely, probably size-wise, I think with the Primaris Marines and stuff like that now, definitely needs a little bit of an upgrade on its size. But this would be my last sort of one that I'd like to see updated. With that said, though, that is just 5 things I'd like to personally see updated. I'd love to hear from everyone else on what you'd all like to see updated for the Space Marines, with what is likely their reveals coming at the Nova Open. And so that is the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community we have here at Sinful Gaming, we have a Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel, be that via Patreon or YouTube members, or by grabbing yourself some merch, whether that's stickers, t-shirt, mugs, or anything from our Teespring store as well, or by using our affiliate links, which are also linked down in the description as well, that go a long way to helping support the channel. As a special thank you to all our Patreons and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to Andy C, Grimskull, Colorblind Magic, Iron Grinch, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Alderin Shot First, Kendall, Soren, Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty Stabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all so much for helping support the channel. It means the absolute world to us. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, everyone, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.